Right, so let's go and go for a bit of a drive. So it's a Friday in November. It's not even the end of November. What is it? Halfway through. Halfway through November. So it's a bit warm. And I thought we'd do a loop, so just to get some bike time for the day. So this is Kamo. It's like a little suburb town of Whangarei. There's a few people live here, but yeah, little community. Lots of cars coming through here. So obviously it's just school tip out time and everyone's going to pick up their little cherub from school because they can't walk home. Apart from that young fella there, he's obviously made of sturdier character than 90% of the kids that go to school around here, who seem to want to be picked up. So the first little rip through here is just through the residential area, then we head into a little bit of a commercial area, industrial. There's a galvanising plant and a bloody trailer manufacturing plant and a scrap dealer and farm supply store, all that sort of stuff. Oh, and a train. Don't often see trains up this part of the world. And very small trains, and we only have, well, that's nice. Very small trains. We have very few railway crossings. So in me last videos where I was down in Wellington, they got trains crossing the road all the time. So the boy from Northland gets a little bit excited when he sees a train, because we don't see them very often. It used to be like that in the old days when you saw a helicopter. Nowadays there's just helicopters bloody everywhere. I remember the very first time I saw a helicopter, I would have been about, I don't know, four probably. I don't think I was at school yet. And the old man came running into the house and he was quite excited. He's like, come outside, come and look at this. And sure enough, there was a helicopter flying around over the house. So probably 1971 or 72. Now, it's been so hot today, like the whole day has been just beating down sun, hot as a bastard, and I decide to go for a ride when it looks like it's going to start to rain. So we're not going far. it's like a loop. So this road here is Pipiwai Road. It heads out towards the small township of Pipiwai, which is about 30 k's out into the sticks. Pretty much just a community. They've got absolutely no services out there at all. So there's like limited cell phone. There's no shop. The nearest shop will be one down here that we turn off. Where we turn off, there's a shop there, and that's the closest shop for them, which is still about 25 k's from Pipiwai town itself. And so this heads to Pipiwai. What we're going to do is we're going to take a left at the Ruatongata garage. It's another little township, I suppose you'd call it, Ruatongata. They've got a garage and a cafe there. So we'll take a left there, head up onto 3 Mile Bush Road, which is it's the road that comes back into Kamo. For those who have been watching the news lately, or reading the news, or whatever you do nowadays, you'll know that the area, well, you might not, but the area that we're heading into is close to the Kamo Wildlife Park. So it's a bit of a story about the Kamo Wildlife Park. It used to feature on TV as the Lion Man. There was a joker there who bought all these animals, lions and tigers, and I think they even had a leopard there, New Zealand's only black leopard. And he had those at this park, Safari Park, and you could go and visit that sort of thing. And he had a TV program, a few seasons of that, and then it sort of, I don't know, things fell over, and I think he didn't have enough money or something, or investors pulled out, that sort of stuff. But I mean, you've still got all these lions and tigers sitting in Northland. What do you do with them? So they sat there for a while, and they came under management, I think, by the government. So one of the government agencies, Ministry of Primary Industries, I think it was, they took over the running of the park, and they just thought, oh, look at that bloody privet. Holy shit, you can smell that rubbish. I fucking hate it. But it means it's summer, I guess. But anyway, they looked after these cats, and another group of people put some money together, and they took over running it. The government put all these restrictions on them, made them redo all the cages, and it turned into it was quite a cool place. So I went there, had a look around, and they had the cages were pretty cool, and like the safety features on the cages and all that were world class and all that sort of stuff. So no one was going to get munched by these bloody massive animals. But they lasted for about maybe 4 years, and I think they went into receivership as well. So everyone ran out of money, and So now they're at the point where the land that the safari park is on is sold, and they have to get rid of the cats, and so these things are, I think because they've been in captivity for so long, they're so inbred in that they're not able to be sent to other parks, so they have to euthanize them, or euthanize, I don't know what that word is. Anyway, you might drive down there and have a look. Yeah, so it's all a bit of a sad story, especially if you're a lion or a tiger. But you used to come out here at night and you could hear the lions roaring at night, and it was quite an eerie feeling. I'm not going to say it sent shivers down your spine, because it didn't. It was just like, whoa, listen to those things. There is a story that two guys tried to break into because there was accommodation there, not for to stay or anything, but there was accommodation there for the staff, and there's stories that two guys broke in and accidentally climbed into a lion cage and got the fright of their life. I don't know how true that is. I would say that if you climbed into a lion cage, there's probably a big chance that you're not going to come out of it. But anyway, this is the road to the lion park. This is Gumtown Road, I think. I've just got my like this jacket that I bought for summer riding, and it's quite good in the wind. Alright, we've got what have we got down there? Fucking grader or something. Grey Road. Let's go for a bit of a burn down. There you go. Big cats. So they're looking at sealing it. I guess they're looking at sealing it now that the big cats are gone. No point, there's no one living down here. Don't know how much work these fellas will be doing on a Friday. But there's probably a set of traffic lights down here. They seem to like doing that nowadays. Nice quiet road to build a house on. Anyway, this is the road down to the Lion Park, and I think it's at the bottom of the hill down here. Oh, here we go. know what these fellas are up to, but we'll slow it down. Nice little spot through here. And this is it here, so it's obviously totally closed down now because there'll be big gates here. Do a U-ey in the gate. Oh, you can actually drive in. So we'll drive in and have a look. What have we got in here? Oh, nothing. So this is the wildlife park, and it's totally empty. Can't see anything up this way. Yeah, it's not looking too lion-y and tiger-y, is it? Alright, okay, well, it was only going to be a short ride. We'll go around on this side. Yeah, so a bit of a shame. I think they started to get a lot more customers through it once people knew that they were going under, because they actually dropped the prices. So I think to go in there originally, like when they first opened, you were looking at paying something like $70, I think, to get in for an adult. And, you know, that's... I know you've got running costs and everything, but, yeah, I think you've got to do a balance between your entry price and how many people go through. Your average family can't afford... Well, I know your average family in Kamo can't afford $70 to go and... Well, that's for an adult. I think it was about 90 or 100 for a family or something. Your average family can't afford that to go for a trip to the Lion Park. So when they sussed out that they were going under, they started dropping the prices, and it was down to $18 for an adult, which is more realistic. And I think if they'd started doing that a lot earlier, they might have actually come out of it on top, and they might have found that they got a few more people in. There's some queues. Murray Greys by the look of it. Got the old Murray Greys in. So as you can tell, we haven't ridden far from the main part of Kamo, which is the town. We haven't ridden far, and we're in full-on country pastoral land. Big tight corner, that bastard. So it's pretty rural out here, but at the same time quite built up. Bit of a nasty corner, so you really got to stop there, don't you? A bit of tar bleed from the heat today. Stay out of that because it'll be as slippery as anything. You can see there's a number of hills around here, quite big mountainy sort of things. You can't get to the top of them, and there's no roads to the top of them really. None to speak of, none that shall be spoken of. These stone walls, they're a bit of a feature of our province up here in Northland, with these stone walls built during the Depression. I don't know whether they were done by work parties or whatever, but they're all over the Whangarei area. Sort of, I was told as a kid that they were built during the Depression when people had no jobs, and I was like, well, they had no jobs and they were building these walls, who was paying for it? I mean, I'm pretty sure it takes a bit of effort to build those walls, and if you're doing it for free, doesn't seem right. Yeah, the wind going through this blooming jacket is nice. I'm going to enjoy riding in the summer with this on. Itchy nose. God, I can't even open his bloody visor. Yeah, that's better. And so now we're coming down into Kamo itself. So this is 3 Mile Bush Road. Still haven't found it, the 3 Mile Bush. It'll be around somewhere. And down here is the old Kamo cemetery. Next road down on the right, you go down there, there's a cemetery, and then there's a big lake. Well, the lake's back 2 roads back, but the cemetery's down here, this one here. It's quite an old cemetery. So it was a quick jaunt, but well, it just gets to show you fellas around me digs. And gets me up for a ride, so I've got an excuse. I can get home and say, oh, I needed to film some content, but actually I just wanted to go for a ride. Yeah, I wanted to film some content as well, but hopefully the trip down to the lion park was well, it wasn't interesting because there's no fucking lions. But you got the story. You got the story behind it. And that's the main thing. Getting the story. What I'll do is I'll turn right down here and we'll go down behind the shops itself, and then we'll come up through the township, and you can see what the township's like. So it's a primary school there, main primary school. So we'll go down here. Oh, can we meet this dude? Yes, we can. So this bit of concrete here, even though it's a pedestrian crossing now, back in the old days there used to be a creek that ran through there, and that's where you could wash your car. So you'd come around there during the weekend and park your car in the middle of the creek and wash your car in the creek. That's how it was done. So now it's a culvert. Not going to sneak out in front of this fellas because he might want to roll back and I don't want to block his view. Oh, Jesus. Just about fell off the fucking bike then. Alright, off we go. So this is the main part of Kamo. So obviously the biggest thing that sticks out in this place is the high school. There's 3 high schools, or 4, a girls, a boys high school. Kamo, this one, and Te Kamo are the only high schools in town. This one is huge, as you can tell. Petrol stations. Just your usual 3,000 vape shops. Liquor store, another petrol station. Got to have your Subway and your hardware store. your Chinese Taki Airways, and we're just going to have to wait here because we're not going to get any closer. On you. Actually, there's a local police station. It's quite hot when you stop. Very hot when you stop.